when I came back, this is the problem with all the architects. How do you start an office? How do you get a commission? And basically, how do you survive? The survival question, actually, I talked to architects here, young architects. Everybody asked me the same thing. How do we survive, get commission, do the work? And I consider myself child of fate, because fate seemed to have guided me every time I did something. And when I started, I found an office which was in South Road. It's a one-unit house. I thought I'd live upstairs and make the office downstairs. I got this first project, the house for outside Chaudhary. I continued to develop myself. Only problem was, after having designed the house for Abu Said Chaudhary, it's a kind of a very modernist approach to design. I was thinking, with all the knowledge that I had of architecture, practice, drawing, I felt that it's not the way I should start practicing Bangladesh. And I should think more about culture, architecture being one of the cultural producers actually. And I should know more about my country, its climate. So I started doing a bit of reading and seeing. And then there was a drastic change in the design, in the process, because I remained kind of rustic in my building material use. I was very traditional, like this house, that what we did. It's very traditional in the sense that the planning is very simple. It's like if you have seen the buildings of Sultanate period. It's just a rectangle square, very simple, entry, 2 windows on 2 sides. The simplicity. And because I realized that it's probably built by masons, they had no way to get architects and other things. And I was happy with that because I felt that I achieved something which people here traditionally were building. I think it was Samper who said that, who eluded architecture with textile, because textile is woven, and brick is also, you use a material and you craft it up. So there is probably a similarity. And I find brick fascinating because it gives you a chance to craft your building. If you have a brick wall, plaster, paint, there was no chance of my ability to be used in this to detail out how the brick load-bearing wall should become, how the brick lintel, how the lintel has to be kind of cladded so that it suddenly a patch of, which is a modernist approach, that whatever is there you show, but I have, as you've seen here, I have hidden the lintel with brick cladding to create a kind of sense of continuity. I feel all the nations today are part of the global civilization. You cannot separate yourself from that. Within that globalization, maybe there is enough room to think in terms of your own existence, which we call regionalism, your own way of doing things. So if you are merging globalization or Eurocentric thinking with the kind of regional thinking, obviously there would be a marriage, a merger. So that marriage comes about by, in the international style of modernist architecture, is primarily devoid of any kind of embellishment. We, architects like us, we have to kind of steer very carefully as to be part of Roman civilization, and at the same time, your own identity has to be expressed in your architecture. So that it is a kind of enigmatic situation. Some people stumble, some architects stumble on it. Some architects seem to kind of find some ways to find a path and proceed. Inherently, it's sustainable because they understand climate better, they understand material better, they understand how to procure a material which will reduce the cost of the material. So in regional architecture, primary objective is for the builder to get materials which are within 3, 4, 5 miles of the radius. So you reduce the cost of transportation, and you also, in another way, are kind of encouraging the local industries. So there are some plus points, not some, many plus points in regional architecture. We have to get the spirit of it. We have to get the essence of the whole thing, that it is a sustainable kind of pursuit, an architecture that is easily buildable, and you can use local crafts. If you're interested in crafting your building, you can use local crafts very easily.